what's happening to our soul, what's happening to your soul, and are there influences trying to steal your soul?
Welcome to So-Called Satanism, a true crime podcast. Right now about Satan, but it'll be about whatever the fuck I want it to be about. You can't tell me what to do. My name is Joe Gibbs, and with me is my fellow host.
My name is Melanie Jacobs.
Yeah, I kind of like talked.
I got too excited. I'm sorry.
I kind of talked through your name a little bit.
It's
yeah.
okay. I thought you were gonna stop, but you didn't.
I know. I was like, I can add more words here. So yeah, this is
all good.
This is as I said, a true crime podcast. Available on YouTube, Spotify, everything, wherever you're listening to it. It's on somewhere else too, if there's something better, whatever. Yeah. While you're there, 5-star follow, send to your friends,
like it, follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, only 2
like
posts.
our Facebook page.
Yeah, follow us on the old Facebook.
I would.
I hate that I still use Facebook. Like, I want it gone so bad.
I can't stay off of it though.
I know, I can't either. What the fuck is that? Like, it's like the worst.
Like an addiction. It's bad.
It's the worst social media by far, and I'm just stuck there. I don't know.
I literally cannot stay off of it.
Yeah, it's like, I have like my business excuse. I could be like, oh well, I gotta have Facebook for my business.
You're not always posting business stuff though.
I literally, my Facebook is 100%. It's business. My photography is my band, and then all the other posts are just political arguments.
You're right.
I can't stop.
I know. I get notified every time you post something now because you tag me and stuff.
Yeah. That's my bad. Yeah, but just political arguments.
I love to read it though. They're pretty juicy.
Yeah, I get so mad. It's just so many things wrong with the world. I get so mad.
I get mad too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to jump in there, but I don't. I don't want to get attacked.
Yeah, I just fucking love it. Something about it. Something about, like, there's something about, like, even with the name of this podcast, there's something in me that wants people to take offense to it and like argue with me or something. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring that up in therapy this week.
No, I think you're good. Sometimes I wake up and feel violent, like I want to argue with Republicans on Facebook.
I always do. Yeah.
Or Twitter.
Like, I get so mad. It's just, let's I don't know. We don't have to get have a political discussion on this. This is an escape from politics.
Not today.
This is an escape from politics to something, more beautiful and fun to talk about. You know what I mean? Like murder.
Yeah.
And
oh my God, Joe.
Isn't that fucked? It's like it's an escape, but it's like a bad escape.
I suppose so.
It's like, it's not healthy. Is true crime healthy? I don't think it is.
I don't think consuming large amounts is. I mean, I consume way too much that I dream about it sometimes.
Yeah, see?
But I guess it is what it is.
See, basically what I'm saying, if you're listening at this point right now, you should probably turn it off and go do something productive with your... I'm just kidding. Please listen.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, it is a weird thing though. It sometimes it'll like overwhelm me to the point where I'm like, I don't know. My brain just kind of shuts off.
I feel you.
But, whatever. Here I am doing it every week.
Same.
So yeah, this week we're going to talk about another satanic case. I want to.
This one's really bad.
It's fucked up. It's disgusting.
It makes me feel really gross.
Yeah, this is one of those, like, I don't know. I'm gonna do a lot of shit talking today. It's gonna be a little mean. Prepare for that.
That's fine.
Got some fucked looking teenagers, fucking pieces of shit.
Which one was the one that I said looked weird?
I think it was Royce. We'll talk about him in a bit here. Yeah,
okay.
he was. They're all fucking ugly. They're all stupid fucking bitches. Anyway, maybe I should just kind of start telling the story, huh?
Let's go.
All right, so we're in Arroyo Grande, California. Arroyo.
That's a hard one to say.
Yeah, I didn't.
Arroyo.
It's another one of those words that I like wrote out and then
It feels wrong saying
Arroyo.
it.
I'd say
Yeah.
Arroyo Grande. Yeah, it's better in an
Mhm.
accent. I can hit that better. But it's on the
Nice.
coast between LA and San Francisco, California. And we're going all the way back to March 1996. And the first thing I want to talk about is a death metal band called Hatred, which is a fucking hard
Oof.
ass name, dude. Hatred. It's like something about it is like it's meant to be like a tough name, but it sounds so soft. Like
It's kinda metal, though.
my death metal band back in the day was My Beautiful Mistake, which is way
Oh, yeah,
tougher.
I remember that.
Did you ever see us?
I don't think so, but I remember. I remember seeing Sleep Well, though.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't metal, though.
Yeah, well, close enough. Close enough to death metal in a lot of eyes. But Hatred is not as tough as of a name as My Beautiful Mistake. Sorry.
You
I
weren't
always thought we
wrong.
had such a baby name. My Beautiful Mistake. Like that's so baby, isn't it?
It's kind of basic.
Right. It's like it sounds like we're gonna play like Coldplay covers or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what I would think of if someone was like, "Hey, have you heard of My Beautiful Mistake?"
Exactly, right?
I
Like
don't know
what
what I would think of.
Oh,
I'd probably think of something like My Chemical Romance.
right, yeah. Yeah,
Something
that.
emo.
Yeah, it was named after the vocalist Ryan. His rock band name on the game Rock Band was named that, so that's where the name came from.
That is so cool. Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah. Yep. So,
Wow.
Hatred was a Slayer-inspired death metal band made up of 3 teenagers. So you know it fucking sucked. Uh, so the 3 teenagers are Jacob Delashmutt, Royce Casey, and Joseph Fiorea. I think it's
I think it's Fiorella.
Fiorella, yeah, but Fiorea sounds super
I don't
sick.
like the way that sounds.
Fiorea. It's like a kind of Italian, but like really a poor attempt at like an Italian accent. But we'll call him
Yeah.
probably Joseph for the story. Joseph Fiorella. Fiorea.
Thanks.
Jacob was
Oh my
16,
god.
Royce Casey was 17, and Joseph was 14. So we got some youngins here playing some death metal. There's not a lot of background on these metal heads, but they were
I
troublemakers.
found nothing.
Yeah, I found like I scoured through shit and I found one detail that you didn't have on the notes, and that's it. It's like there's
Wow.
nothing.
Just one?
Literally just one detail.
That's
And
sad. I looked through like 7 pages on Google and I
me
was
too.
like,
Me too.
and then I just kept getting other people with the same name
Yeah,
at
yeah. That always sucks when you
the
hit
end.
there.
Yeah.
So, Jacob and Joseph met in high school, in Arroyo Grande. They were school bus friends, I believe. But in September of 1995, Jacob was expelled from school. And in February, Joseph left school to be homeschooled. Jacob's parents were Mormons, and he dabbled in the old amphetamines.
Oof.
The 3 of them were all kind of into drugs, acid, weed. Weed's the worst one, obviously.
I think it's absolutely terrible.
Meth, a little bit of meth. But Joseph Fiorea, I'm sorry,
Fiorella.
Joseph introduced them to Satanism, and they were loud about it at school. The stories all paint Joseph Fiorella as the leader, and they all just dove into the occult, Satanism, dark subjects. They just dove into that shit head first. They got on the old internet. 1995 internet was popping. They
Wow.
communicated with Satanists online, and they also scouted graveyards to find graves that they wanted
Wow.
to rob.
Did they ever end up robbing any?
No. But that's standard Satanism. I don't know if you knew that. Like you got to go dig through graves.
Do you wanna go do that together?
Yeah, I definitely want to do that actually.
All right. Let's go.
So the 3 of them were obviously outcasts. Like how could they not be?
No shit.
This motherfucker's name is Joseph Fiorella. Like he's a fucking outcast.
Mhm.
There are rumors going through school that they tried to kidnap a virgin and sacrifice her, but just rumors. We're going to jump to March 1996. Royce Actually, I said March 1996 earlier, actually, but we're in March 1996, just to remind you.
Okay, thanks.
Royce was having some
I'm here for
internal
it.
trouble, some internal turmoil. It wasn't Cash Money. He was not feeling good.
Not feeling his best self.
And although he dabbled in so-called Satanism, he was
Oh my
experiencing.
God.
Yeah, you like that?
The look that you gave me.
I know. You see
All right.
what I did there? Like I said the name of the podcast.
I did see what you did there. I
Yeah.
saw it.
Like I said, I thought it would be like an interesting joke to, to say the
That
name
was a
of
good
the
one.
Yeah. He dabbled in so-called
cousin.
Satanism. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome for that. I wish I had like a cheering thing where I could just, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like a round of applause.
Like, yeah, woo. Funny joke.
That was a good one, Joe.
Yeah, he was, he dabbled in the dark arts, but he was experiencing a shift internally. He's fighting for the other side now. Royce Casey converted to Christianity.
Wow.
So he had a
That is
confession
quite
to
the
make.
jump.
Yeah. He had a confession to make. I believe at first he talked to a pastor about it, and then the pastor, said, "You got to go to the police, man. This is fucked up." But that was kind of unclear how this confession came about. But the one thing I did find was that he did talk to a pastor or whatever the fuck kind of person in the church before
Like a
going to the
priest?
police. Yeah, something.
I don't know.
I don't know shit about it. So his confession to the police was he, along with Jacob Delashma and Joseph Fiorella,
Fiorella.
they murdered a girl named Elyse Pahler. Is it Pahler? P-A-H?
I think it's Pahler.
Elyse Pahler? Pahler?
Yeah.
Paler?
I listened to a couple other podcasts
they said
about
Pahler?
this one, and they've always said Pahler.
All right, we'll go with Pahler. Yeah, his confession was that they murdered Elyse Pahler, a girl that was reported missing months earlier, about 8 months earlier, to be exact. Little background on Elyse. She's 15 years old from Arroyo Grande. I feel like I have to say it with an accent for it to come out.
Like
you know what
Oreo.
I mean? Oreo Grande.
Arroyo.
Elyse, she's from that Oreo Grande. You know that means big Oreo? She was blonde. She had blonde hair, blue eyes, the perfect specimen. Like me, for the people not watching. I'm beautiful.
Shut up.
Her parents were David and Lisa Pahler. She was described as gentle, very good friend, always there for her friends. Someone described her to have a childish laugh, which I saw you write that. Like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck's a childish laugh?
It was on the website.
I know. What the fuck is that, though?
And I don't know. It sounds creepy, though, when you put it that way.
What would it be?
Please don't do that again. I would assume something like that.
Like something like a
yeah,
light.
like
It's gotta be
that.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just went through like 10 different laughs. I kind of picture being like, oh, you know what I mean?
Like Santa?
Yeah, like a Santa laugh. That's a childish laugh. Children love that. They
All
love that
right.
shit.
No.
Elyse was an artist. She painted, danced, sang. She was in theater, I believe. She designed dresses, actually. That's pretty cool. She wanted to be an actress and or a fashion designer. So Elyse
sounds like a bad bitch.
A bad bitch. Elyse and Jacob Delashmut had met in the Mariposa Community Recovery Center. It's like a rehab facility for drugs and alcohol. Elise's family seems like they'd be religious. That's as far as I've been able to tell with everything I found. So I would assume that she probably just got caught drinking or smoking weed or something. Like there was no indication to me that she had like a problem of some sort. It's like, I feel like, especially back in the 90s, you get caught with stuff and you have religious parents. You're like, oh, you're straight to rehab.
They think it's the worst.
Straight to rehab.
I remember when my mom found my weed.
Whoa.
She was like, Melanie, are you on the pot?
Oh,
like,
no.
Made it sound really bad.
No, Mom.
But I was like, it's not that serious.
Mm-hmm. And it's not. Like,
no.
It's not for everyone, but it's not one of those things where you need to go to rehab for it.
Right.
You can probably go to rehab for alcohol you should if you have a problem, obviously. Yeah. But that's my assumption here is that they just caught her doing something and they sent her there. Like none of the stories I read gave me any indication that she had like a problem. She's just,
Right.
just a kid.
Hmm.
And Jacob Delashmut, I believe his parents were Mormon, so I'm assuming it's a similar thing. But in his stories, it said that he dabbled in the old methamphetamines, so he
Wow.
might have actually needed to be there. I
Yeah, I would say
I
so.
don't think you do meth
That's
once.
bad.
You know,
What?
I don't think you can do meth one time. Can you?
I wouldn't know.
Come on, I'm interrogating you.
I'm sure I can
You've done
find
meth.
someone here to ask.
I knew some friends that I think they were trying to do coke, and so it was somebody at a party, and they snorted something, and it ended up
Hmm.
being meth, and they
That's so
had a
scary.
terrible fucking couple days. So they did meth once.
That's scary.
Yeah, I won't fuck with that shit. That's scary. I don't
No, me
no
either.
shot, no fucking shot.
Mm-mm.
So anyway, the trio of this trio of virgins, they would hang out and listen to death metal. Not Elyse. Elyse is out of this part. This is the three virgins, the three virgin
The Virgin
tears,
Squad.
the virgin squad, virgin squad. They would hang out, listen to death metal, play it poorly, obviously, because they're fucking 14 years old, and
They suck.
I've only known one good 14-year-old metal guitarist, and he's in my band. So they fucking suck. Like they're fucking. One thing that pisses me off about the story is I could not find what instrument each of them played.
Really?
Yeah, there's just nowhere.
Damn.
So I assume Royce Casey's ugly ass was a drummer. He's got the ugly drummer look. I think the bug
He's the
eyed.
one with the long hair, right?
I think so. Yeah, he's the fucked looking one. And they're all fucked looking one. I think the big eyed,
I mean,
the
the
big doughy
big-eyed one
eyed
really
fucking
freaks
Joseph.
me out.
I think the Joseph
Yes.
fucker, that big eyed looking guy. I think he's probably the guitarist, because guitarists are always fucked looking. And
You aren't wrong.
then who's the other one? Jacob. I think he's the more normal looking of the three, but he still looks fucked. I believe
They all look like fucking dweebs.
in my eyes, he
Like-
plays bass or screams. But I know fucking the 14-year-old Joseph Fiorella. I know that motherfucker's the guitarist, because they always look so fucked.
You know he sucks though.
And he's
Or
trash.
whatever
I know
he
they're all
does.
fucking trash. Like there's no shot that they're living in fucking Arroyo Grande, fucking playing crazy metal at 14 years old. Shut the fuck up. So yeah, I was actually like, I dug and dug to try to find out what they played, or some sort of recording. If there's not even any fucking like shit recordings anywhere, they were fucking trash. Like they're probably just hanging out playing shit, and it's nonsense.
They probably just thought it sounded good.
maybe there are two guitarists and a drummer, but that's my assumption is those are my three assumptions. I kind of want to actually look at them again. What's their name again?
Jacob Delashmut,
Yeah, if I just look up him, I
Royce
think
Casey.
yeah, there they are. Okay, let me look. Let me just make sure that I'm right here. Okay. Oh yeah, Royce Casey's a fucking drummer. Yeah, I'm spot on with this.
He's the one with the long hair, correct?
Yes. The fucking his like features are all smashed in the center of his fucking face. Yeah, Jacob's the one that he looks kind of normal. Yeah, he looks like
Joseph though.
Yeah, Joe's fucking big-eyed, doe-eyed bitch. He's fucking, he's playing guitar. Yep. So I think I'm right in that. Royce Casey could be a guitarist too. That long hair, fucked looking, smashed face. And then
Yeah, I could see it.
yeah, then the other guys, I don't know. Oh, here's them sitting in court. Oh God, you know what? Jacob actually looks pretty fucked himself. He looks kind of brain dead. He's got that that you look at that guy and you're like, that guy doesn't know a goddamn
Like
thing.
there's nothing going
there.
on in that brain.
He could be the drummer. Ooh. But I know that fucking doe-eyed bitch plays guitar. Sorry, I'm
I don't mind you judging them. It's totally fine.
I just kind of went off there. I blacked out. Woo.
Roasted.
Boom, roasted. Next. So yeah, they played death metal poorly. They talked about dark shit. And they looked into Satanism. Talked about Aleister Crowley type shit. And they also discussed sacrificing a virgin, to which they all kind of
not normal.
They all laughed about it at first, but it's interesting. My big thing there is if that was like their point, like they should have just sacrificed one of them, you know, because they're all fucking virgin ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
duh, look at them.
just fucking sacrifice yourself. If you got to sacrifice the version of the devil to get better, just fucking do your shit. Fucking just fucking sacrifice yourself. Just you know, you know.
Right.
Okay, so this is information from Royce Casey's confession, but Jacob Della whatever and Joseph Fiorella had planned to sacrifice Elyse with an unnamed friend of theirs. I found that friend's name at one point, but I think I found it at one point, but I was like, he's not in this story anywhere. Something Williams or some shit, but like I
Oh.
didn't want to like, I don't know. But they asked her to
Sure.
go on a walk. Royce Casey is not with them. This is a story that he heard that he's telling the police.
Okay.
He was assuming there was some sort of weed or alcohol involved. Like, hey, you want to come smoke and go on a walk with us type shit. Because I don't know why else she'd agree to hang out with these virgins.
Mhm.
So they were walking on a steep ravine settled on the mesa was how it was described.
What's a ravine?
Right. I think it's just like
I'm
a,
so sorry.
I think it's just like a fucking ditch, like a ditch thing. Steep ravine.
Okay.
One of them pretended to fall down and tried to get her to go down with them. And then Joseph Fiorella took out a blade and handed it to the unnamed virgin, and Elyse didn't notice at first. And then the other boys were saying, do it, do it, do it. And the guy panicked and he just couldn't do it, you know, like a reasonable person would do. But she
Yep.
like knew what was going on, but she thought it was a joke. She thought they were fucking around.
Mhm.
So she didn't think anything of it. She didn't go to police. She thought it was a prank.
Well, I don't think she would assume that her quotations friends are gonna do something bad to her.
Right. That's that's what yeah, exactly.
Right. Like who would
Um,
just
But like, it, I don't know. It's like, you know, there was like weed or something involved because like she was an attractive girl. You know, like there's no way she's fucking hanging out with these fucking metal dweebs.
right.
You know, without the reason you hang out with metal dweebs, and that's their weed. I'm just kidding.
I mean, you aren't
I'm not
wrong.
wrong, all right.
No.
Yeah. But this wasn't the first time they were going to try to sacrifice her. July 22nd, 1995, after months of planning, obsessing over Elyse and over their plan, they came up with a plan. The three virgins convinced Elyse to sneak out of her house to party with them. They called her, she answered the phone, and then she said, "Hey, mom and dad, love you, going to bed." She went up to bed, but she snuck out to go party. It's Sunday night. It's summer. Like, I understand. Like, whatever. Like, go sneak out, go party, whatever. They're gonna go to Mesa in Napomo. Yeah.
All right.
I looked up what the fuck that is and all that shit, but I'm like, I don't.
Is it just a town?
Fucking park? Napomo's
Oh. There's a lot of weird names around here on the West Coast.
Yeah, there are. Napomo's a town, and it's a bit south of Oreo Grande. It's about south. It's a bit south of the Big Oreo. It seems like a bit of a trip, but I'm not sure the details. Like if they drove, because this was like a bit out of Arroyo Grande. But either way, it seems like she met them there. Like they didn't go together. Like she met them at this place.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to a eucalyptus grove, and I looked that up, and that's just it's a location with a group of eucalyptus trees. So
That sounds kind of nice, though.
nice place to hang out, smoke, and that's what they did. They hung out, smoked. But after a while, it got weird. Jacob Delashma took his belt off, walked over to Elyse, placed the belt around her neck. Royce Casey then jumped on her and held down her arms and her hands. She couldn't move. And Joseph pulled out a knife. It's the same knife from the first attempt, and began to stab her in the neck. They took turns stabbing her. She was praying, calling out for her mom, saying, "Help me." You know, she's trying to stop this attack. And these wounds she got weren't fatal. They all took turns stabbing her. So every one of them stabbed her. It's not like this was like a one person thing.
That's disgusting.
Terrible. She wasn't dead yet, so one of them began to stomp on her neck to try to expire her. To make things worse, after she died, they took turns sexually assaulting her corpse.
That's fucking disgusting.
I don't like all the stories said the R word, but I don't like to say. I just don't like the way it sounds, so I don't. Not using that.
Mhm.
So yeah, but they did R-word her corpse, her body. They left her body there, and she would not be discovered. They would routinely return to the area and again sexually assault her body for months. Um,
Not
in
okay.
in like there's like a decomposing element there too. It's like it's fucking California in the summer. Like what?
It gets hot.
It's disgusting out there. And like what? So you're just assaulting this body, like whatever. They thought they were cool for doing this. They bragged to their friends. None of their friends came forward. But
Oh my
they
god.
even told their friends about the necrophilia. But they didn't take
And
it
they just thought that
seriously.
was normal?
I think they just didn't take it seriously. Like it was just these dumb, edgy fucking virgins saying this shit. Um, During the autopsy, they found at least 12 stab wounds, but none of them were proven to be fatal. So she died of blood loss. So I want to talk about why. Why did they do this? Um, First, why did Royce Casey come forward? As I said, he converted to Christianity and he was beginning to worry that he would be next. There was a song from a Slayer lyric that said, "If you're not with
Mhm.
us, you may no longer exist." So they also had said that she wouldn't be their only victim. So yeah,
Ew.
here's a quote from his journal that I found 3 months after the murder. It said, "I'm fighting on the other side now, allied with the darkened souls. Satan's raised and shall conquer and reign. In the Bible, it says that in the end, Lucifer will bring out the best in everything: music, love, murder. All the psycho serial killers and rapists don't know that if they would just build an altar of sacrifice and kill the person on the altar and then have repeated sex with the corpse, virgin meat is the ultimate sacrifice." That's
Mm,
some like painfully edgy shit. Like that's how do you
that's too
how are
much.
you a person, like you're a person writing this? Like what the fuck? Ah.
Why do you think that's okay?
So let's talk about Slayer now and death metal. The three of
Okay.
them at one point had brought up that Slayer was the reason why they committed the crime, and I wanted to dive into that. Slayer is considered a death metal band, and in this uh, article I used, it said the quote was, "Death metal is considered to be a subgenre of heavy metal rock. What distinguishes death metal is the lyrics involving murder, torture, and the occult." But what the Wikipedia article says, death metal is an extreme subgenre of heavy metal music. It typically employs heavily distorted guitars, low tuned guitars, played with techniques such as palm muting and tremolo picking, deep growling vocals, aggressive, powerful drumming featuring double kick and blast beat techniques, minor keys, abrupt tempo and signature changes, chromatic chord progressions. That means it's not in a key like a normal song.
Mhm.
The lyrical themes of death metal may include slasher film style violence, political conflict, religion, nature, philosophy, true crime, and science fiction. So the way that this case, I feel like the Slayer aspect is the satanic panic aspect of it. Um,
Yes.
because these guys were definitely practicing what they thought was Satanism, what they
Mhm.
believed it to be. They were
Right.
doing weird rituals, but the fact that music was being blamed and whatever, I think that's where the satanic panic part is.
Mhm.
So I want to read some fucked Slayer lyrics because they do have some fucked lyrics. Like I'm not gonna
Well, I
deny
agree
that
to
one,
that, but
whatever. But
I guess there's a difference in taking it seriously and just listening to it as music.
exactly. This is a from the song "Angel of Death." It says, "Pumped with fluid inside your brain, pressure in your skull begins pushing through your eyes, burning flesh drips away, test of heat burns your skin, your mind starts to boil." Not that bad. This one's from called a song called "Necrophiliac."
Oh,
I feel the urge, the growing need to fuck this sinful corpse. My task complete, the bitch's soul lies raped in demonic lust. Again, fucked, but like they're not saying go kill people. This one's
right.
from a song called Dead Skin Mask. Graze the skin with
Okay.
my fingertips. The brush of dead warm flesh pacifies the means. Incised members ornaments on my being. A wait, a adulating the skin before me. It's just like they're just screaming big words essentially. This one's from a
It's
song called 213.
edgy.
Yeah, it's very edgy. Primitive instinct to passion for flesh, primal feeding on the multitudes of death, sadistic acts of love so true, absorbingly masticating a part of you. That's an eating you reference, I guess. Like this stuff is like it's dark.
I wouldn't take it seriously.
Right, exactly. Flow of blood, a warm taste brings me pleasure. Like, okay, that's
They're
weird.
just trying to be hard.
Right. So here's where I want to talk about what I listened to growing up and what my band sang about growing up.
Let's go.
It's like, so I like to think that I turned out as a pretty normal person, right? I didn't do any fucked up like sacrifices or any dark things growing up. I didn't do anything bad. I've been generally a pretty decent person my whole life as far as, you know, grand scheme of things go.
Mhm.
But my favorite band growing up was a band called Thy Art Is Murder. Okay. They're still sick as fuck. They're heavy, but their lyrics are way fucking worse than this. Like beyond worse than this. Like one of their songs was called Horror to a Chainsaw. Um let me look up the lyrics of this quick. I fucking love this song. It's so heavy, it's so like uh let's see. You maggot, swarm my earth, infect me with putrid disease, you vermin, your genocide. Uh let's see. There's way worse. Die, you fucking whores, you putrid waste of space. Stop breeding fucking rats. You bitch is gonna get it. Bitch, you're dead. Let's see. Yeah, there's another
Damn.
song. Yeah, you're right. And I listened. This was like my favorite band. Like I fucking love this band.
I've heard them before.
what's
I'm
that?
not a fan, but
I fucking. I think there's a song called Eternal Death. That one I really liked. Um, is that it? Infinite Death. Infinite Death. That's what it's called. Infinite. Okay, so see, this one's fucked up. I fuck your daughters, hack them up, kill them one by one. The taste of pure slut is all that keeps me here. So this is fucked up. This
that's
is
disgusting.
I don't listen to this shit now.
Right.
Their newer stuff doesn't have like this kind of disgusting like, you know, like this says, "Do you love what I've
How
done?"
old is it?
What?
How old is it?
This is from I actually don't know. 2008. 2008.
Okay. I feel like times were different back then
And
too.
it was like we've
Right.
evolved so much in a musical
Mhm.
sense.
Right.
Like this one's Have I Lost My Mind? Wait, no, sorry. Do you love what I've done? Raping just for the fun. Enter the mind of a psychopath where girls remain possessions. Like this, it's just like meant to be fucking dark and fucked up, and
I think it's meant to shock.
it's shock. It's 100% meant to shock.
Yeah.
But that was my fucking favorite band growing up.
Mhm.
My band took elements of this shock and was using that, and nobody in my band has ever done anything bad. Like, you know, like we've never acted on any of these words. It's just like it's like a dark expression. It's just an expression of like, it's like a weird art form. It's like, it's probably not good, but it's like, it's not going to cause anybody to do
Right.
anything negative. I remember my My Beautiful Mistake, we had a song that was like, I am a sinner, an enemy of Christ, one who sees the world for what it truly is, or something like that. It was like, yeah.
That goes hard as fuck.
Yeah, he said like something like, I spread the world of truth, not a fairy tale of fuckers in the sky, or something like that. Like, it was like dark shit. We also wrote a song about, I think we had a song about like killing somebody. A couple songs about beating the shit out of people. Like, it's just like a weird
Damn.
exaggerated expression.
Yeah.
So, but the reason why I'm outing myself in all this is because I don't think you can blame music for like some people acting a certain way.
Well, yeah, I feel the same way about video games.
That's another one. Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
99% of people that listen to these kind of songs don't take it literally. Like it's
Right.
it's performance art, shocking. It's not meant to be taken literal. It's just meant to
Right.
be dark,
A lot of
heavy.
artists do it too, like not just metal.
Right, 100%.
Like Eminem.
Right.
Some of his lyrics are
Eminem was
kind
brought
of.
up in a lot of this stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. I remember being young listening to Kim by Eminem. Have you ever heard that song?
I don't
It's a
know.
song where he's just killing his wife or his girlfriend. He's killing Kim in the song the
Oh
whole
my
time.
god.
Looks like we had a little visitor behind you.
I know. My
uh,
best bud.
oh, he's looking good sitting there.
I
But
know. He's handsome.
but yeah, like he had like a song where he's like literally killing his wife. Like, it was awful. It was terrible. He shouldn't have done it, but it's just like an art. Like I
Right.
don't know. But these virgins did take what they said literally.
Too literally.
Um,
Oh,
Here's what I want to pivot to the most like fucked up thing about the case. Um,
okay.
with these lyrics and dabbling in what they believe to be Satanism, they came up with an idea to make their band better. They believed that their shitty fucking band, their fucking dog shit players, they were so fucking bad that they believed that if they sacrificed a virgin, they would be able to get better at playing guitar. They would be, well, where did it say? It said they would be, um, they would play faster, they would play harder, they would have more aggression. Like the whole point of killing her, according to them, according to this story, was because she was the perfect sacrifice. She had blue hair, blue eyes, blonde hair, and she was a virgin, supposedly, whatever. They believed that if they killed her, the devil would give them powers to be better at guitar, so they could go pro with metal
How did
music.
their virgin little brains believe that?
See, and that's why um, I don't think it was about the music and about them. I think it was just the sexual aspect of it. And I think they kind of just used this dark
Well,
shit
obviously they
to.
were into it because they kept doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't consider this as like a, um, yeah, we got to do this for Satan. It's like, I just think you guys are fucking virgins. Women don't like you. So you're going to force that.
They're like
Essentially.
pre-incels, right?
Yeah, this is like right before like incels became a rise, but they have it's incel vibes 100% to me. Like I don't know. Once arrested, they all confessed. So they all just were like, "Yep, this has happened." Yeah, uh-huh. Joseph said he first discussed the occult with his friends. They went from just listening to music and smoking to discussing sacrifice. Elise's parents would eventually sue the band Slayer for their daughter's death, which, yeah, that's the satanic panic part of this. And um, one of the lawyers said that the warning stickers on CDs, like the parental advisory, they said that makes kids want to buy the CD. Here's a quote from him. The fact that our society does not allow kids to watch or even get near a snuff film, still, minors can go out and buy snuff music at any time they want without their parents even knowing. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Not the same thing, buddy. So Elise's dad, who I understand had a lot to deal with in this case, with his daughter and everything, they blamed
Mhm.
the wrong person, or the wrong not person, but wrong subject, I believe. Um, Here's a quote from him. He said, "There's a whole generation of children out there that are being fed this music. It's like feeding a child a little poison every day. We're saying enough is enough." Um, the judges would eventually rule in favor of Slayer, and what they would say is, "There's not a legal position that could be taken that would make Slayer responsible for the girl's death. Where do you draw the line? You might as well start looking through the library at every book on and at every book on the shelf." And the second one, they said her parents said the distribution and marketing of the obscene and harmful material to adolescent males constituted abiding and abetting of the criminal acts described in this complaint. And the lawyers said none of the vicious crimes committed against Elyse Pahler would have occurred without the intentional marketing strategy of the band Slayer.
Hmm.
Then the lawyer dropped it, and they said, "I don't consider Slayer's music obscene, indecent, or harmful." So essentially, what they were doing was they were saying that they market this music to outcasts, adolescent teens, like that's what they market to, and that is why this ended up happening. Um,
That's a leap.
it's a big leap. You can't blame the band for that,
No.
but that's like
You blame the people that actually
exactly.
did it.
That's like straight satanic panic. Like this is like
Oh yeah.
that's like exactly what it fucking is. Like the
Yep.
worry over dark things, being evil.
Yep.
But yeah, they would receive life in prison, all of them. And eventually, Jacob would change his mind about Slayer. He said that he would at one point they said, "Oh yeah, that's why." Um, he said the music is destructive, uh, but that's not why Elyse was murdered. She was murdered because Joe was obsessed with her and obsessed with killing her, and that's what I believe. I think I
She
think
probably
the
didn't want to date him or talk to him.
yeah, exactly. I think it was
I
it
wouldn't
was
want to either.
incel shit.
Hmm.
Um, During a parole hearing, Joseph said, "It gets inside your head. It's almost embarrassing that I was so influenced by the music. It started to influence the way I looked at things." Yeah. And the
Okay.
story I referenced it was a story written by Lisa Marie Fuqua. It was published in True Crime Addiction. They brought up that they didn't bring up like everybody talked about the heavy metal shit. They didn't talk about the amount of acid they were doing. Um, and that can distort your reality. Like if they were believing this shit, it's probably from the drugs
Right.
influencing them believing this shit.
I
Um,
can agree to
yeah,
that.
yeah. So, uh, Joseph Fiorella eventually changed his story again and said the murder was never a sacrifice. So they just kept changing their stories for their parole hearings. Um, this wasn't about Satan. This wasn't about Slayer. It was about sex and power. They were not desirable. They were fucking weirdos. They had the attention of, one pretty girl, and they became obsessed and decided to try to take control, I guess. I don't know. I do not
Poor
think
Elise. She
it
didn't deserve
not at
that.
all. Not a fucking all.
What
But
the fuck?
yeah. Um and as far as like the Slayer thing and all that, I could see them all being coached by their lawyers into blaming Satanism and
Well, they
um
gotta think of something to make them look like they did this
yeah.
for a reason and
Right,
not
right. I
because
think it
they're
was just a defense
psychopaths.
tactic. I feel like it was a
Right.
defense tactic.
Right.
And because I think they all were in court together. I think it was the three of them together, but like I don't know. I know one of them got a plea deal of some sort where they were able to get parole. Like not that they're all still in jail as of right now.
Good.
Um,
As they should be.
yeah. Jacob, he's the one that like nobody knows anything about right now. Like he hasn't
Mhm.
said anything or come forward about anything. The other ones are vocal. He's not. um, in 2021, David Pahler said he didn't oppose Royce Casey being released. He's the one that became a Christian, but
Mhm.
he was denied parole. It eventually got approved, and then it got denied.
Oof.
Um, but I don't think, I don't know. I don't think any of them deserve parole. It's not like,
No, I think they should spend the rest of their lives in prison.
yeah, it's not like Elise is coming back. Um,
No.
but I do want to go into a little bit more of the Slayer lyrics because in the court case, they wrote down a bunch of like they wrote down a bunch of the lyrics, and I think that's so interesting to read in a
Mhm.
court case. so like
I
so
I believe
imagine
it.
imagine being in court right now and you're hearing these things read aloud.
Like
Um,
Slayer lyrics in
yes.
court.
Um, here's one. Then I'll fuck you in the ass. I'm so fucking happy. I'll kick your face and laugh. Okay. This one's the next one is very poetic to me. I really like this one. It's one line. Suck my motherfucking dick.
Wow.
I
That's
love that
aggressive.
one. That's a cool lyric.
That is truly something.
So here's another one. This one's gross. This one's sexual, but it's consensual sexual.
Okay. I'm ready.
And now it's time to bury my face between your legs with my tongue in that special place. Now I'm ready to close my eyes to feel that warm, deep throat action. Now I'm ready to make you come and fuck like dogs all night long.
That was too descriptive for me.
I know, right? Um, yeah. I don't know. Okay. Let's go to the next one.
I give that a -5 out of 10.
Oh, it's gross. It's so gross. But like, I just like the idea of them reading this in court. For some reason, that's so
I
funny to
know.
me.
Can you imagine hearing that and you're just
You're
like,
just like sitting there stone faced, just like, and this, and everyone will fuck you. You're such a fucking whore. Listen to her try to suck me dry. Problem with you, you're afraid to die. A power so divine will take you and rape you blind. Gemini, master of demise, your death is my salvation. Anxiously feeling grotesque up against your flesh, forbidden fantasies, uncontrollable heat. Find yourself alone and dead, visions of corroding bliss. Feel the warmth from inside your skin, a sensation I can't resist. This is a good one.
all right.
Abusing power, I infiltrate. Continue lies, then masturbate. Do you think
kinda like
Slayer was
that
in
one, though.
court? You think Slayer was in court and they're just like, oh, fuck. They're like, God damn it.
No, I think they were like,
They're just like,
yeah,
yeah, we did write that.
like these are the lyrics.
Oh my God. Let's see. Well, I'm happy the way I am, and I'm sorry I shit on my hand. People
What the
taking
fuck?
notes, people in rubber coats. There's assholes everywhere, plus girls with big town hair. But why must I suffer for being a fecal lover? I'm a shit boy. I'm a shit boy.
That's gross.
You don't like that one?
No.
I'm a shit
I feel
boy.
like you don't like it either.
I love that, bro. I'm a shit boy too.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'm drunk all the time, throwing beer bottles and spitting in your face. Checking through the purse of the slut in our place. She'll never notice if her money's gone. Piss in her jacket and just send her along.
All right.
We got a few more. These are fun. Erotic sensations tingle my spine. A dead body living next to mine. Smooth blue black lips. I started salivating as we kiss. Mine forever this sweet death. I cannot forget all your breaths. Panting excitedly with my hands around your neck. That one was kind of sweet.
You like that one, huh?
Here's the necrophiliac one again. I don't need to say that one again. Bleeding on your knees. My satisfaction is what I need. The urge to take my fist and violate every orifice. You're nothing, an object of animation, a subjective mannequin, beaten into submission. Oh God, raping again and again. That one wasn't. That
That's
one's pretty bad. That
gross.
one's actually pretty bad. I'll give him that one. That one should have been scrapped. Back to the drawing board on that one.
That's too much for me.
So another funny part of this, not that those are funny. It's funny. The idea of reading that in court, I think, is funny.
I get it.
In the court case, they had said number 10 in all Slayer albums and lyric books. In all Slayer albums and lyric books, they contain 126 instances of profanities, including fuck, damn, bitch, bastard, ass, cunting, shit, dick, balls, and hell, or
Cunting.
derivatives thereof. Cunting.
I've no.
Cunting. What is cunting as a verb?
How do you? I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah. What is cunting? I don't know. I actually don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Up. Don't worry.
So yeah, each album has an average of 16 such expletives. Words
On
that
Urban
cannot be commercially aired to minors. Anyway, sorry.
The term is applied to someone who is a cunt.
Man, she's cunting right now.
Or it says when something is not working correctly.
Ah, damn, this fucking podcast is cunting right now. Damn it. Oh my God.
There's a lot of different definitions of it, honestly. This one on Urban Dictionary says the activity of hunting cats wild or tame, especially for food or sport.
What?
I'm serious.
Oh my God. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about here is on ElyseMarie.org. It's not an actual website anymore, but you can find it on Wikipedia. They basically made a foundation for Elyse where they were trying to help missing children and, stop metal music essentially.
Mm-hmm.
which is like I don't blame them because like what
I would be upset too.
yeah what else are you gonna do? Like I understand wanting to do something like you can't
But I think ultimately it falls down to the 3 boys who did it.
100%, yeah, it doesn't but the what they in the article section, I think, where is it? Where the fuck is it? The press area, I think. Articles and interviews is whatever this part is that I'm in.
Mhm.
Um, it's an article called "Ignorance is Far from Bliss" by Bob Walizewski. In just one generation, rock and roll music has gone from "I want to hold your hand" to appeals to rape and mayhem. Do you know what your kids are listening to? "I want to hold your hand" was not rock music, brother. Like, what the fuck do you mean? What the fuck? What the fuck is
How do they
that?
consider the Beatles rock?
No, they're like fucking like dream pop type shit. I don't even fucking know what to call them. Like indie pop.
I
Like,
don't know what genre to call them because a lot of their songs don't sound the same.
yeah, what the fuck? It's not rock and
I don't
roll.
know.
You're gonna
I
call the
don't
Beatles
know.
rock and roll, motherfucker.
Right.
So here's a story that I thought was interesting that he wrote in this article. A while back at a local restaurant, seated across from my family, was a mother and her teenage boys. I couldn't help but noticing that one of the boys wore a t-shirt emblazoned with the word corn with a K. Later, the teens took off, leaving mom to cover the bill. I went over to her and privately asked, I was just wondering how you handle one of your sons wearing the t shirt of a band whose lead singer fantasizes about brutally and torturing and murdering his stepmother. Shocked, she looked at me and replied, I had no idea. Many parents are in the same boat. Like his mother, it's not that they don't care, they've just simply lost track of what's happening in their kids' entertainment.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Shut up.
Oh my god, why is this a thing?
I don't know, but it shouldn't be.
Uh, I'll read what his description of the Elyse Pahler case. Some of today's music is not just offensive, it's dangerous. Take the case of 15-year-old Elyse Marie Pahler of San Luis Obispo, California. She was lured to a secluded eucalyptus grove near her home by 3 teenage boys, then raped, tortured, and killed. When did these boys get the idea to commit such unconsiderable acts? They followed the band Slayer and took their cues from destructive messages of death metal music, said David Pahler. The lyrics obviously had a profound effect. David sued Slayer's record label, accusing it of inspiring the murder of his daughter. Slayer's songs carry such titles as Spill the Blood, Necrophiliac, and Kill Again. Today's recording industry Goliaths find it hard to admit their product can be anything more than innocent entertainment. Perhaps they should talk with the Pahlers. Or Joseph Fiorella, Jacob Delishma, or Royce Casey. These boys are Lee's killers, and by their own admission, they modeled their rock band hatred after the lifestyle and lyrics of Slayer. The trio's twisted bloodthirst was inspired by the songs of this group and similar bands. The boys loved this music and also fueled with a commitment to serve the devil. After the killing, Royce Casey wrote in a journal, I made the switch last night. Satan has taken my soul and replaced it with a new one to carry out his work on earth. I am now aligned with the darkest souls. Yeah.
I don't really have a lot to say about that.
So here's what this guy suggests for all parents out there. So if you're a parent and you're
Okay.
afraid of your kids getting the devil, I suggest a 5-prong approach to slaying the entertainment monster in your home. Get into your teens' entertainment world. Find out what they like to watch and listen to and try to understand why. Keep in mind, it's not just the heavy music and R-rated movies that are bombarding them with messages hostile to their faith. Set a family standard regarding what's inbound and what's out. Don't assume your teen lives Christ-honoring principles regarding entertainment. If you haven't discussed them lately, find and discuss Christ-honoring music with your teens.
Noted.
That's so fucking annoying.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know. Base your family standards on God's word, a standard based on musical style, a personal preference, or blacklist of out of bound bands is destined to fail. So that's weird. A standard based on biblical principles, however, will guard your children for a lifetime. Philippians 4:8, Psalm 1, and Psalm 101:3 are great places to start. Use and teach the what would Jesus do concept. Ask,
Ugh.
what would Jesus watch and what would Jesus listen to? Model wise entertainment choices. Hypocrisy will undermine what you were trying to communicate. Don't be afraid to change course if you've blown it, as many of us have.
Hey, Joe,
Yeah.
what would Jesus do?
Well, I don't have a goddamn idea, but I'm sure he'd fucking love metal music.
I think
God
he'd be
damn.
down with it.
Oh. Yeah. So, um, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. Like
I
something.
don't either. Like, there's like nothing going on in my brain right now because I can't comprehend how people think like that.
Exactly. There's nothing worse to do to a teenager than take away the music they like and replace it with music that God would approve of in your eyes. Like
Yep.
if that happened to me, like I would rebel. Like you that's how you get kids to rebel and kids to like there's something about like
You do
forcing
the
your kids.
opposite.
Exactly. You can't force your kids down a path like that.
No.
Like they're just gonna end up being
They're
fucking
going to
assholes.
be the opposite.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know why I turned out the way I did. My parents didn't give a shit, but like a lot of people, like their kids rebel and then they have, all this fucked up like a lot of people that I know that grew up very religious and had their parents like monitor shit like that. Now like they still have like religious trauma from that shit. Like
Hmm.
you like subliminally worry about going to hell, like
It's just crazy people put the fear of that in their children,
exactly.
like
It's
as young
bizarre.
as they do it. Like, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, you're like, by the way, if you don't pray every night, you're gonna go to hell. And like,
Yep.
or like, hey, you have a friend that isn't a Christian, he's going to hell. Sorry.
Yep.
Like
Oh, you have a friend that's gay? And they're going to hell.
he's not actually gay too. He's going to hell. Yeah.
That's nuts to me.
Yeah. And I am a big proponent of freedom of religion. I think that you should be able to believe whatever the fuck you want to believe.
Hmm.
If that's Christianity, then sure. Yeah. But don't let it influence the the shit you're doing. I
Don't
guess
let
like
it influence other people around you.
Yeah, that's
Just believe what you want, and
Yep.
I'll believe what I want.
Yep. And that's one thing I don't get. Like I know we talked about at one point the Jehovah's Witnesses, how like their belief is that they have to spread their word to people, and it's like it's just like why? Like I feel like in the end it just comes down to it's got to come down to money and power, right? Like that's like you want your church to have more money, you want more people influenced by you. It's just like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there, but that's kind of the way I interpret it.
For sure.
So yeah, watch watch out what your children are watching.
Don't listen to Slayer, guys.
Don't listen to Slayer.
I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
But just don't kill anybody.
Yeah, yeah, and no like sane person's taking music literally. This wasn't a murder for Satan. This was
This was just a group of fucked up kids.
bunch of fucked up virgins. Bunch of fucked up virgins that I don't know.
Yep.
Essentially, that's what they are, though. So, I guess we'll be back. Is there anything else you want to say about this? Before we piece the fuck out of here?
Yeah, I'm ready to be out. I don't want to think about this case anymore.
Yeah, this is a rough one. Rest in peace, Elyse Pahler. Sucks. It's bullshit. Yeah, she had 2 younger sisters and a younger brother. So I hope that they're all doing okay. I'm sure it was a very hard childhood to
I can't
grow up
imagine.
with that. So yeah, we'll see you next week.
At some point.
Yeah, so fucking whenever we release it.
What's happening to our soul? What's happening to your soul? And are there influences trying to steal your soul?